I'm going to read some words that Jesus spoke on Maundy Thursday, the day before he was crucified, and I want you to identify the phrase that comes up most often in this section. I'm going to warn you it's just a little bit longer, but see if you can identify which phrase comes up in this section more often than any other. Are you ready? In a little while, you will see me no more. And then after a little while, you will see me. Some of his disciples said to one another, what does he mean by saying, in a little while, you will see me no more, and then after a little while, you will see me? And because I am going to the Father, they kept asking, what does he mean by a little while? We don't understand what he is saying. Jesus saw that they wanted to ask him about this, so he said to them, are you asking one another what I meant when I said, in a little while, you will see me no more, and then after a little while, you will see me? I tell you the truth, you will weep and mourn, while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. But when the baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy that a child is born into the world. And so with you. Now is your time of grief, but I will see you again, and you will rejoice, and no one will take away your joy. Did you notice what phrase came up 7 times in that section? It's the phrase, a little while. A little while. Jesus knew that his disciples would suffer for a little while, but he wanted them to know that it wasn't going to last forever. Now, sometimes when people say the phrase a little while, they are trying to brush somebody off. For example, like when a family is on their family trip and dad's driving the car and the kid asks 8 times in the first 5 minutes when we're going to get there, dad says, we'll get there in a little while, because he knows that if he tells him the truth, the kid will get really discouraged and start complaining. But that's not what Jesus means when he says a little while. When he said this to his disciples, he knew that the disciples would run away from him that night in the garden. He knew that most of the disciples would be too sad or scared or ashamed to show up at his crucifixion. He knew that. And yet he also knew that just 96 hours after this conversation, Jesus would be standing in front of his disciples, fully alive, even after he had died, in the upper room that the disciples had locked themselves into. He knew that their little while really would last just a little while. He knew when it would end. And he knows that about yours too. He knows how long you'll suffer. He knows how long you're going to be in pain. He knows how long you'll grieve. He knows exactly how long before you'll get to see your loved one again in heaven. He knows exactly how long before you'll step into the only place where there is no more death or crying or pain, and where every last tear is wiped away. He knows. It's why he came. He came to live, to die, and to rise, because he wanted you to know that all of your waiting through the little whiles of life will be worth it.